So which one is actually better? Just training by feeling and listening to your body intuition, or blindly following a workout program based on your goals? And today we're gonna find out. Some athletes are telling that training intuition is literally everything that you need. Others are telling that it doesn't matter how you feel, it doesn't matter if you're feeling tired or motivated, you should follow the program and follow the plan. But before going into that, first of all, we need to see what actually means training intuition and what is a proper structuring for your workout. So first of all, what is training intuition? Well, training intuition is basically the inner voice that you have inside of you, the voice that is going to tell you this feels good, this doesn't feel good. For example, today I'm feeling like training the front lever, I don't really want to train the planche, and so you just go and you train the front lever instead of the planche because this is how you felt. And it means that you don't have a structure, you don't know like how many workouts a week you have because you're just training whenever you feel like it. You're feeling fresh, you're feeling recovered, you're feeling great, and you just go and do the workout because you're feeling great. And this kind of chaotic, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'm gonna write the word, but this kind of chaotic training has no structure. You don't know if you're making progress, you don't know how many reps you did, how is your technique. You're literally just listening to your body and following the inner voice that is inside of you, and he's telling you basically what to do and what you should train. And by this intuition, you're also going to understand, like, are you going to have a heavier workout? Are you going to push yourself? Or for example, you're feeling pretty tired, but you can still do a workout, but it's not going to be something intense. And you're just gonna do a lighter workout without pushing yourself, focusing on technique, and so on. Basically, you're just listening to how you feel and you do that. And how to actually develop this training intuition? Well, unfortunately, it takes years. Especially if you're a beginner, if you're just starting calisthenics, most likely you have no intuition because you don't know what to do. And in order to build that intuition, you need to see how your body responds to certain things. For example, how your body is going to respond if you're going to train 2 times per week or 3 times per week, or maybe even 4 times per week. Are you going to make progress if you're going to train like full body workouts every single time? Or you're going to make more progress if you're going to train like push, pull. For example, you can also add cardio, legs or something else. Like, the more experience you have with training, the more time you're in the game basically of training calisthenics, and the more feedback you have from your workouts, the more you're going to know your body. For example, you're going to just intuitively know when to push harder, when to do a lighter workout. Maybe you should even skip a workout if you're not feeling good. And training intuition is going to help you listen to your body and do these adjustments when needed. But if you don't have this training intuition, if you're just starting your calisthenics journey, it's going to be impossible to know what is going to be the right decision for you because, as I said, you just don't have enough experience. And finally, why is it actually important to develop a proper body training intuition? Well, because it's going to help you progress faster, no matter if you're training with a structure or no. Like, even if you don't have a structure and you're just training by intuition, this is going to help you progress faster. Because, for example, if you're feeling some soreness in your body, like your joints hurt or your muscles are not recovered and you feel that something is not right, most likely you can skip the workout that you're planning to do today because you're feeling that something is not right. And if you're going to push harder, maybe you're going to have an injury. Because you can feel your body and you know that something is not right. But if you don't have this body intuition and, for example, you still do the workout, maybe you're going to get injured because you didn't listen to the signals that your body is giving to you. So this is very important for avoiding injuries and also pushing harder when you feel like it. Even if you have like a lighter workout today by structure, but you feel like you're strong and you can like do PRs and so on, then go for it. Your body intuition is telling you that you're ready and you can do a heavier workout, so you should listen to it. Now, what is a training structure? Well, simply said, a training structure is just a plan that you're writing down for yourself or your coach or whatever. And this structure is going to tell you what kind of exercises you're doing on which days, how many sets, how many reps in reserve, and so on. Basically, what you should be doing on a weekly basis in order to achieve your goals. And my advice for you would be that it doesn't matter if you're training mainly by following your intuition, you still need to have like at least a roughly idea of what is your split. Are you doing like full body routines? Are you doing push-pull separately? Or you do both? But you need to know at least like what is your split, at least like some minimal structure that you're going to follow, because in my opinion, just following your intuition is not going to get you the results that you want. Of course, if you have 10 plus years of experience in calisthenics and you're like elite top athlete, of course in this case, yes, you can literally only listen to your body and make progress, but I guess that you are not one of these athletes, so you should have at least a general idea of how you should structure your workouts and how to actually create this workout structure based on your goals so that it can actually work, because just following a random structure is obviously going to just give you random results and you're not really going to make progress in the goals that you have for yourself. And here it comes the interesting and unfortunately hard part, because in order to create a proper structure based on your goals, you need to consider a lot of things. For example, a person who is an intermediate athlete who can do 20 pull-ups, 30 dips, and he is going into skills training, his structure is going to be very different from a person who is just starting calisthenics. So everything is going to be different. The volume, the intensity, the frequency, the exercises, everything. And when you're creating your structure, you need to consider all of these things. You need to consider the background that you have, what kind of sports you did before. Are you is calisthenics your first sport in your life? Or for example, you also been in the gym before and now you want to transition to calisthenics. You really need to consider a lot of things, and based on the scenario, based on the background, you need to see which structure is going to be the best for you. And unfortunately, this is going to be different for every person. So for example, I can give you a general workout program that maybe for some people is going to be the perfect one. They're going to make crazy progress with it. For other people, this is going to be a total bullshit. They're just going to either overtrain or undertrain. It depends. So every person is different, and every person should follow a workout structure based on their personal goals and experience. And for example, if you have goals like getting stronger in calisthenics, in basics, or learning skills like front levers, planches, handstands, and so on, and you don't know how to structure your workout properly because you don't know how much intensity you need to have in your workouts, how much volume, frequency, exercises, and all of that stuff, but you're serious about it, you want to make progress, you are consistent, but you're just not doing the right things, and you need help with that, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. We can discuss your goals more in detail and see how I can actually help you professionally with creating this routine for you, and of course guiding you throughout the whole way. And now, why is it actually important to follow and have a structure for your workouts based on your goals? Well, first of all, because if your structure is right, if you're structuring everything correctly and you follow it and you make the adjustments needed in the right time, aka doing it harder or lighter, once again based on your case, progress is inevitable. You are going to make progress on 100% if you just follow the plan when the plan is right, when the structure is proper. This is guaranteed. The second thing is that once you have this structure and you're actually writing down every single workout, you're taking notes, how you felt, how many reps you did, how was the technique, is everything okay, or for example you had some pain when you're doing some kind of exercise, all of that stuff is important. And when you start writing all of that, you're going to see the mistakes that you're making. And once you can see these mistakes, you're going to be able to make some adjustments to improve your structuring, improve your workout routine, and actually keep making progress. You can see maybe I'm doing too little, or maybe I'm doing too much and I'm exhausting my body and I can't recover. Whatever the situation is, you're going to see what is the problem, you're going to be able to fix it, and keep making progress towards your goals. And so let's finally answer the question, which one of them is better, structuring or intuition? My answer is going to be that structuring is more important, especially if you're a beginner, because you still don't have the body intuition. It takes years to build. Intuition is also important, but structuring is more important, especially in the beginning, because once again, if you structure everything properly, progress is inevitable. You're going to make progress for sure. I would say that structuring is like 65, maybe 70% of the equation, and intuition is just 35 to 30%. When you get more experienced, when you have like years of training, yes, you can rely on intuition a little bit more, but if you're just starting, it's more about structuring. So how to actually combine both? First of all, as I said, you need to have a general plan, general idea of what you're doing, how many workouts, what kind of workouts, exercises, and so on, and you follow that. Obviously, our bodies, like we're not machines, we're not robots, and it also depends on how well you slept, because just training for muscle mass, for example, is easy. You just go and do the work. It doesn't matter if you're tired or not, you're going to build muscle. But in calisthenics, it's not so easy. In calisthenics, it actually depends on how well you slept, because we are training for strength, not just for muscle mass. And yes, you're not going to be able to follow your plan on 100% every single day, every single week. So obviously you can do adjustments before the workout or during the workout. This is body intuition. So if you're feeling that today you slept bad, if you're feeling that for some reason you're tired, you have some stress in your personal life, all of that is going to influence your workouts. And in this case, instead of pushing your limits, for example, if today is your hardest workout of the week but you're feeling awful for whatever reason, change it. Don't be afraid of that. Do a lighter workout, like work on your technique, work with bands, like don't push your limits when you feel like something is not right, because you might get injured or you're just going to fatigue yourself even more and you're not going to be able to recover for the next workout. So in both cases, that's not good. In these cases, you should listen to your body and see what is better. If you're feeling awful, weak, no energy, no motivation, okay, that's fine. Take it easy, do a lighter workout, and prepare yourself for the next one. That's perfectly fine. On the other hand, if you're feeling that, you're feeling super strong, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling recovered, but today is like a super light workout, well, that's fine. Do a harder one, like push your limits, try some PRs, like do your best. Don't stop yourself just because in the structure it says that today's a light workout, right? So in these moments you need to listen to your body, and this is when you activate your intuition, but you combine it with structuring. This is the baseline, the structuring. So as a conclusion, I would say that we need both. We need structuring, we need intuition, but structuring is a little bit more important. If you're like a total beginner, then structuring is way more important for you. And if your coach is telling you to do some kind of exercises, some kind of workouts, just listen to your coach. If you're not working with a coach and you're following your program, well, I hope that your program is good, because as I said, you need to make sure that your program is actually going to help you achieve your goals. And yeah, you need to rely more on programming. If you're more advanced athlete, yes, you can listen to your body more and see how you feel, and based on that decide how the workout is going to go. But this is when you really have a lot of at least a couple of years of experience, and you already know your body and you know how your body is going to react to these things. And basically that's it. Like, don't rush the process, learn to listen to your body. It takes years. Don't expect that from the first month you're going to have a crazy body intuition, that's fine. And you need to understand that, you know, calisthenics is a long journey and you're going to get better along the way. That's perfectly fine. Don't try to learn all of the skills and become a professional calisthenics athlete in 1 year. This is most likely not going to happen. So trust the process, learn step by step, and of course train safely. So I hope that this video was helpful. Now we have a better idea of how to train properly, how to structure workouts, and how to listen to your body. So as always, expect redemption. You can see it also here. That's expect redemption. and yeah, see you in the next one.